Long, long ago, when animals still gathered together to learn lessons from nature, the world was painted in the brightest, simplest colors. In those days, the chameleon was just one colorless, soft, gentle green, just like fresh leaves after a spring rain. He lived a very quiet life in the forest, watching everything around him but rarely speaking a word. While all the other animals ran and jumped and roared with all their might, the chameleon preferred to move slowly and very, very carefully. Because he was so quiet and slow, many of the other animals thought he was weak. The forest was always a world full of noise and excitement. The lion would boast loudly about his incredible strength. The parrot would flutter her wings, showing off her stunning, bright feathers to anyone who would watch. The monkey laughed and chattered as he climbed every single tree he could find. Each animal was convinced that their special gift was the most important one of all. But the chameleon, he just watched and listened. He didn't try to compete with them. He didn't argue. He simply observed the world around him peacefully. One year, something happened that the forest had never seen before. The sun grew hotter and hotter, day after day. The beautiful green leaves dried up and shriveled. The lush grass turned a brittle, faded yellow. All the animals searched desperately for a cool patch of shade. To escape the burning ground, the chameleon climbed high up into a tree. As he rested there on a dry brown branch, something truly magical started to happen. His soft green skin began to slowly change. It became brown, the very same color as the branch he was sitting on. And just like that, the scorching heat no longer hurt him. The spirits of the forest had noticed his patience and his quiet strength. Soon after the great heat, heavy rains arrived, pouring down on the thirsty land. The forest grew dark and wet, and thick mud covered the ground. The trees drank up the water and grew thick and deep green once again. The chameleon moved from the brown branch onto some fresh new leaves, and once more his body began to change. The brown faded away, replaced by a vibrant, living green. The other forest animals watched this in complete amazement. They had never seen anything like it. As time went on, the chameleon discovered something wonderful. He learned that when he rested on bright flowers, his skin would turn a soft, cheerful yellow. When he sat on the rich red soil, he would turn a warm, earthy red. When night fell and the world grew dark, his colors would become deep and calm, blending into the shadows. The forest spirits had given him a very special gift, the gift of change. It wasn't a gift for showing off. It wasn't to frighten others. It was a gift to help him survive peacefully in a world that was always, always changing. Finally, the other animals understood. They realized that strength wasn't only found in big muscles. They learned that beauty wasn't only in the brightest feathers. And they saw that speed wasn't always the answer. The quiet, gentle chameleon had survived the heat and the rains because he knew how to adapt. From that day forward, all the animals respected him for his quiet wisdom. And that is why, even today, the chameleon changes its colors to remind us all that true strength lies in our ability to adapt, and that those who can change are the ones who will always endure. And as the forest grew quiet for the night, the chameleon rested peacefully, changing with the world, and teaching the lesson of patience to all who took the time to watch. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed our story, please subscribe for more.